Okay, so I should be back now. I'm really hoping the stream will do better. You know, I'm really hoping that I don't gotta drop the actual FPS of my game down to like 45, because that would be so bad. Anyways, I'm gonna spam for stuff. Not bad. I'll take a turret. Take a turret skin. I don't care. Bro. No risk of minimizer, really. We got a legendary skin, that's wild. Not bad. I think that's cool, but good grief, is this FPS? This stream better be better. I don't know. 30 FPS cap with like the I'm literally hooked up to Ethernet. So if this don't work, I can't do much. There's just not much I can do with the latency. But if someone watches this like after I stream, and you know anything about computers, you should understand that, you know, NVIDIA. I don't want to go NVIDIA, but if I'm gonna do this, I kind of have to. Like, there's really no other, you know, platform for streaming nowadays other than like AMD's 9000 series, which, I mean, the 9000 series is great, don't get me wrong. It's just, I would rather save myself $100-ish over a 9070. Okay, so the stream may be settled down now, potentially, with all of that, which could be great. Maybe you can lower the stupid thing. I don't want to be a rat. I don't know. Really hoping the stream is smooth. It's not the highest quality, but it should be smooth, if I had to guess. Spot on, Jim. And as command of the platform shifts, so do the power and the cash earnings in the game. And if it is smooth, I can probably try to upset it. Yeah, that was... Honestly, there's very little that I can do, because honestly, I just need a GPU, probably one with better VRAM, and also just probably getting an RTX card, even though I don't like NVIDIA with a passion right now, because, you know, this series launch was not the best. I don't want to support lazy GPU making. just, NVIDIA is just not doing what they used to do, which is kind of bad, especially now. I genuinely do believe that they can make something. It's just, AMD doesn't have a good hardware encoder. Well, a good, streaming encoder. And then the encoder that's on my GPU sucks. It doesn't have AV1. So it absolutely just sucks to play on this because mostly it's down to the CPU, I think, because the CPU is really all it's old. I honestly shouldn't be surprised on why the CPU sucks because, again, it's not particularly like the best CPU that you can possibly use, especially when you have a 6600 should be fine for 30 FPS streaming at like 1080p with insane upscaling on the game. It should be. But the thing of it is it's so bad that it's 9th gen Intel, for example, is not particularly the best when it comes to, just in particular, working with streams very well. I'll admit, there is some advantages to that early i9. And if I had that early i9, I think I would be fine with streaming at 1080p. The thing is, it just has so many issues with the i5 of that generation. It's a 7-year-old i5. Shouldn't be doing that. Dude, I think honestly you'd be better off with a Series X for streaming. Even though I don't particularly like Xbox right now because of the price tags on the Series X. Like, dude, your entire lifeline was the fact that you were literally the cheap. Oh gosh, I am lagging crazy. I shouldn't be. How the hell? Okay, how in the world did I drop this much? Like this many frames? I just need to know. There's just way too many drop frames. The one thing I will say about it is, I don't know why I can't just. I wonder if this is for the sword, because I would use that. Oh, XeSS performance just looks so ugly, bro. Oh. I mean, this is like FSR3 performance. This isn't even ultra performance. Let's see if I can go even harder on this GPU. But I know that is the lowest performance scale that you can go. But what about render res? Well, upscale resolution. We can go even further down to half our native. But I think 80% should be fine, right? Oh my gosh, it looks like Fortnite on my old laptop. No. Good grief. 90%? No, it still looks awful. Dude, I literally can't win. This GPU is fighting against me. Just... I'm going to suffer at 45. And I genuinely think I'm going to actually murder myself at 45 FPS. Because 45 frames in a game like this? Like, if I had all this stuff just there, right? Is there anything below low? I guess we'll see. But this is literally all low settings. And the GPU... What? Let me pull up Task Manager real quick. Just at random. I'm just pulling up Task Manager. Good grief. It's not my GPU. I can tell because the GPU is at 20... What? Okay. Okay, now we're going up to about 38, 40% playing the finals. Generally in-game, probably 80% utilization. This CPU is maxing itself out on bullcrap. On, what? 10% on Window Manager? And then, like, I'm literally just on the front thing of the finals, just the home screen, and this shit is literally going 100% utilization. I'm not saying it's a bad CPU, but I don't think anybody's gonna be really willing to buy it anymore. If you're, you know, serious about gaming. I may just, what? Like, if I go on eBay real quick, maybe see if I can find a good motherboard and CPU combo. That's like a R5 3600 and like other things. Cause that is like eBay. Cause like, dude. Not A4. I literally pressed M. I literally saw myself do it. You know, I genuinely think some people really overestimate their, you know, things. It's like, okay, a 5600G and 8 gigabytes of RAM, right? Is that a good deal? I highly doubt it. But like, okay, that is a pretty good deal. It looks like it's a Micro ATX 3600. And it's what? It has no I/O shield, so I'd literally have to be running a like bare bones like open system. Yeah, I don't know about that because, you know, I don't know about open workstations. My cat will probably knock it down. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's a good combo deal. A B450, a Ryzen 5 3600. I can just throw my old RAM into it. Be a pretty good little stopgap for 120 bucks. But then again, you know, I have really nothing. Okay, so there is one combo that's like $100 that I could get. I think it has Wi-Fi. Oof, that motherboard is damaged. Oof, it is gunky. I can tell that man never cleaned it. Corsair Vengeance RAM. It does have built-in Wi-Fi. But is that really worth it for that crusty of a motherboard. I mean, you got this insane offer, like a Asus TUF Gaming X570 with Wi-Fi with a Ryzen 9 5950X for $425, but then I'd probably just make that my primary system, and also that's more than the combo from Newegg that I was, well, not Newegg, but Micro Center that I was gonna get anyways for like 370 for a better CPU, more RAM, and a better motherboard. Like, I honestly don't know. Because if I go to, like, if I look up the i7 of this generation, guaranteed you're going to see, like, let's just say KF. Yeah, the KF is going for 120, 115. It's good. But is it really worth spending that much money on it? Really? Like, I'm just gonna be honest here, that's literally not, like, that's probably worse than a 3600. And then if I go for the i5, I think it's, I don't even know what the prices are for the i5 100. Okay, that is way better. I'm looking at like $45, 60 bucks for this thing. I could probably pay that, probably afford that with like one. I'm probably gonna ask my grandparents if I can mow, and maybe instead of the $100, they'll get me a maybe, what is the specs of the 9600 KF? I forget. It's 9 megabytes cache, which is one of the main issues. This one has like 8 megabytes. That's why I wanted the K, like the 9700. It's because it's better overall. So what if 9700? Wait. So the i7 9700. Just the base CPU, not the K, not anything. It seems like the F model, like the octa-core one, with only 3 gigahertz, and what does it boost up to? Because it can't be that good. L3 is like 8 megabytes. Oof. That is not worth it. Because it's the same thing as this one. It's just... like, what about the 8700? Because I know that will probably be better. I know it fits in the same socket. Damn. A whole combo for 200 bucks with an NZXT cooler, like the AIO on the X370E, and the i7 8700. That isn't bad, but I'd rather just get the CPU. i7. Okay, so the i7 8700 base is $90, and what? You're paying what, like $5 more for the K? Great L3, 12 megabytes, 6 cores, 12 threads. like, what's the stat? I'm gonna go to tech power up. Okay. So this thing has 6 cores, 12 threads, TDP is 65 watts, has a base of 3.2 and a boost of 4.6. Socket 1151, same socket I got. It's an i7. 12 megabytes of shared L3 cache. 14 nanometer. Get that and it should be fine to stream. I'm hoping. Because it doesn't seem like, because I go to Task Manager, OBS on the GPU is taking up 1.8. And like, that's like with the entire streaming thing as well. Because this GPU, it's a good GPU and it's using like the AMD codec on it for streaming, but this CPU is just either dying or it is just so bad that it quite physically cannot like bring itself to like can't like physically bring itself to compete with an i7 from this generation. Because generally, what, this is hyperthreading, I think? PCI, Gen 3, UHD graphics. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, but like, this is a 4.6 GHz CPU. Now if I go to the K variant, will I find anything else? Okay, so this is an 8700K. Way higher clock speed, I will say. And then what? i7 8700K. Tech power up. Yep, 3.7 gigahertz. Like, just base is 3.7. 95 watts, which I think a 550 watt should be able to handle with a 6600. Now, then again, this power supply is probably a bomb. Because, you know, I don't know. I just think it is. Coffee Lake. Probably, it's Coffee Lake Refresh. Get a right tech power up. 4.6, well, 4.7 gigahertz. 3.7 gigahertz for the base frequency, and then 4.7 for the boost. 6 cores, 12 threads, which makes basically each core able to multitask, which is great for me. I think I'm definitely gonna ask my grandparents to do this. I think they will, cause like what on eBay it's going for like $85 for the K. And then for the like non-K, it's going for $80. No, this one's actually going for $5 more than the K. I don't know if they're rarer or something, but I don't know. But I will say the K is honestly just the better value. And then you also got that weird like mid-gen thing. Not mid-gen, but like the middle of the road, like i5 9500. Which is just complete utter bullshit. I know it makes sense for some people to go with it, but like not for me. And I think for the CPU cooler, just to go along with it so it doesn't overheat like crazy. If you know anything about PCs, you can probably talk to me. Like, just comment what you think I should get. But I was thinking for the CPU cooler of just getting like a good old was thinking of just buying that like combo thing with thermal paste with the I was just thinking of buying Thermalite Assassin X 120, like the refined SC version on Amazon for like 18 bucks. But also, by the end of the summer, I'm gonna be upgrading to AM5, so that won't really do because I plan on doing a little bit of overclocking. So it's either get like a really like pretty middle of the pack CPU cooler, so I can't do overclocking on this 8700K, or I get that like the Peerless Assassin 120 SC, like the double version. Maybe we get the ARGB one, just so I can get, I don't know, maybe get the ARGB version, because I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna buy, just to save some cash, I think I'm just gonna buy, like, what is that, Thermalite Assassin King. No, because that's only in white. I don't like that. I could just get a liquid cooler, so I could just overclock however the heck I want to. But that didn't come with thermal paste, because I don't think those Thermalite Aqua Elite V3s come with thermal paste. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just pull the trigger on like I'm not doing Noctua, because they're just expensive for no reason. I think, honestly, probably doing a single tower is probably the best. I think, honestly, Vitro V5 Black. Just for the ARGB. And the simplicity of it. And then this is like for 1151 as well, I think. So I should be okay. Should be though. I'm gonna be working in a lot of this. It seems like this current CPU cooler I have is only like a freaking. It's because I'm sorry if you can really hear my voice, like annoyingly so. But it seems like this current CPU cooler is like a really cheap one. It's not ARGB either. It's just a set like path, and I really hate it. And the Vitro V5 is just really nice. So yeah, I think Vitro V5, and then with the 8700K. I mean, it's $170 on Amazon, but I'm not buying that off of Amazon, because like the eBay listings are fine, and I'm not, honestly, I wouldn't. I doubt it's a dead CPU, because number one, if these were dead CPUs, they'd have to tell you that, or else I'm getting my money back. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get an 8700K. Cause like they're plentiful, people bought them a lot. I know this stream has been insanely boring, but I think I'm gonna switch over to a probably. Oof, I can see the dang like I after looking at like the XESS performance, like ultra performance. Oh my gosh. Like, dude, I may have to go for like what? So like 3080 Ti, right? It's what? $500, 550. I think at the lowest. It comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM. But remember, that's including the fact that it's not new, you don't get a warranty, and also um, DLSS 3 until DLSS 4 comes out. But I will say, what I will say is that pushing these higher graphics on you know, RTX 5070 is not really my point, because really, if I'm upgrading to an ultra wide, I'm probably going to be using upscaling anyways. Like, I'm being real here. XeSS and FSR are on these cards. Why the hell wouldn't I use them? They're both on NVIDIA cards. XeSS, I would say, is just like a mini DLSS. Like, not as good, but it definitely is better than FSR 3 and 3.1. Now, FSR 4, I think, slightly edges out XeSS. Okay, I think the 8700 could do it. Hopefully. The 8700K, I think I've got it secured. But yeah, genuinely speaking, that 4.7 gigahertz is gonna be nice for gaming as well, especially 1080p, which I'm at. Yeah, 1080p is nice. It's got some good qualities to it, I won't lie. But I think I'm gonna return to the preset that I had it at. Video. I think I'm gonna. Reflection. Well, actually, wait. Foliage low. Effects low. want to keep textured. Anti-aliasing. I don't really want to use FSR. Not FSR, but TSR. I don't really need it. You can see the difference just immediately in like frames. And then we gotta go back to like. I had it at 100, but I think I'm gonna go 120. And then I think I'm gonna go quality on the XCSS. And then I'm going to do view distance. I don't really need the highest view distance for like, you know, things, but I do need it for control the screen space resolution. I don't want ray tracing. And then, yeah, I think that looks good. What is happening to my audio? My question. Yeah. Yeah, that looks way better now. But yeah, I think War Thunder is way I wanted to play the finals, but I just physically can't. Sadly though, it is actually very sad for me that I can't play Thing Finals. But I think $100 should stretch to that CPU upgrade, and I should be able to run base game. Because if I had to take a little guess at what's the issue, it's definitely because I can see directly what's the issue, and it's not task manager. Well, task manager is reporting probably the most accurate thing right now, and that is basically the GPU is fine. It is performing very well right now. It is at 25%, and most of it is going towards the game, which I can actually respect. It's all medium settings. There's still motion. It's pre-planned motion, but the GPU still has to render it. And, I mean, I think 26%. And in-game, I think it's around 80%. Normally, it's not 100%. It will never go to 100% in this game. Unless like, there's like a crap load of fire just in the frame, or like a crap ton of like effects, because like most of it isn't, you know, doing much. Memory's fine. I think you really want your memory to be being used up, if I'm being real here. I have 16 gigabytes of DDR4, and 80% of it is being used, which I think is fine. During game, the DRAM goes to like 90%, but I don't think you'll find anything that is really taking up like a crap load of, you know, just insane amounts of, DRAM. Unless you have like a crap ton of Chrome tabs open, which in particular I do. If I closed all these Chrome tabs, I would probably be around 60% usage. But DRAM is basically used for everything. But the CPU, even without in-game, is literally just hovering at 100% constantly. So if anybody watches the VOD, and if you sit through this fucking rant, please tell me if I need a new CPU. Because I know when I get to AM5, the stress will go out. But right now, I am trying to get a CPU that is at least good and will be a stopgap solution. I can't afford a 9900 KF, and I can't afford a 9700. I don't know if the 9600 or 9500 or 8700 are going to be good enough. I think the 8700K will be great. This is literally doubling my multitasking power. And you know, sometimes the CPU will shoot down to 80%. But then you'll have moments that it just, like, the majority of the time it's literally hovering at like 98, 99, 100% utilization. Because it's those fucking the 6 core, 6 threads. Because what, I don't think it got hyper threading. So, like, you know what's happening? If the CPU is dying or something, because 9400F I think should be getting better performance than it should be. I would like to know, but for now I think the plan is to try and get the 8700K. The 6600 is fine, but I can tell on OBS the CPU is getting used like 20%-ish on OBS, so it is holding back my GPU, but I think mostly it's due to clocks, because it's like, what, if I go to performance, my CPU is literally constantly, it's using all 9 megabytes cache. It's literally constantly at full boost clock. And literally nothing else is like this. My Ethernet's not that bad. Not too shabby, I would say. Like, I quite literally, the other day, had to crawl underneath our house just to be able to put in that Ethernet cord, because I just moved my setup. It was so annoying. It took like, what was it? It took a good 3 hours, I would say. But I finally did it, and I think that's what really matters. Because as much as I don't like having to do that stuff, I think it was definitely worth it, because if I'm streaming, I have to do it, basically. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off, try and resolve this issue. And I think next time I stream, because the reason why I haven't been streaming is number one, school, and number two, it's just general life things that I haven't been streaming. And also traveling. I've been doing some traveling, so there is some issues if my PC is in a small form factor. But I think that later on, I'm probably, when GPU prices go down, I think I'll get an RTX 3060 in a small form factor PC, so that I can just take it anywhere I want. And I can have plenty of streaming headroom. Okay. Side note is if there's any good deals on GPUs, I would like to know, because oh boy, do I want 16 gigabytes of VRAM. But the sad thing is, I physically cannot find 16 gigabyte cards that aren't AMD for reasonable prices. And I want the hardware encoding on NVIDIA cards for streaming. But there's the thing, I'd have to sacrifice like a crap ton of performance and use DLSS. Whoa, okay. That's interesting. My Ethernet just went through the roof for a second. I'm like, what the hell? And also, I know for a fact that this Ethernet isn't like the best. It's a Cat6 cable on a B6, well, a B365 motherboard. I think. Yeah, I think it's a B365 motherboard. And if you know anything about the LG 1151 socket, is it was really like a weird time for Intel, really, because it was the first consumer i9. It was generally a questionable time for AMD, cause like, what, I think at the time, what, Ryzen was launching, and had promised 5 years of support, so people were getting really weirded out at Intel for not doing the same thing. So, I don't know. Intel didn't really try their hardest on that generation. Per thread performance. Especially for the lower ends. Like, lower end CPUs are awful. But honestly, I think the 8700K will be fine. For now. It's a standby thing. And then, I think I'll put it into a small form factor PC. And then, on trips, I will use the RTX 3060 PC, like the RTX 3060, and then I think for my primary, I'm gonna do an RTX 5070. I know, it's stupid. It's like one of the worst GPUs for me to get, I understand. But then again, I also know of I also understand another fact is that if I don't use NVIDIA, streaming is gonna be absolutely hard. So it's just, you just gotta take the good with the bad, I guess. Because I would get just a base 4070 Super, like, if we had anything to talk about. I mean, I would just get a 4070 Super for lower than MSRP because, you know, the new generation is out. Or get like a 4070, like a base 4070. I would get a 4070 Ti Super if I could. But the thing is, I can't, because, yet again, NVIDIA pulled a shitty move, which now I have to bow down to NVIDIA, because you seriously can't do anything. I have only really one option, which is the 5070, for content creation. I'm going with AMD Ryzen, like the AM5 socket. I am going for liquid cooling for it, just for that overclocking headroom. And no, I'm not doing a custom loop. If you perchance are wondering, I am just doing an AIO. I am not doing no custom loop, because I do not trust myself with custom loop water cooling. Gonna get a CPU, motherboard, and RAM combo from, I'm just gonna get a CPU, motherboard, and RAM combo for Micro Center. I live like a good hour away from it. Like, it's gonna be to and back from there, a 2-hour drive, but hopefully it'll be worth it to save some money. Kinda hoping. I don't know. But, yeah. I genuinely don't understand why Nvidia has to be so greedy. Like, I genuinely don't know, because okay, the 5070 I think now is actually getting to a point where maybe it's worth it, because actually in some countries it's below MSRP. Surprisingly. So, I'm genuinely pretty surprised at that. Oh, hi, Onyx. What? You got food, you got water. I know that. I literally saw it maybe 30 minutes ago. You can't be saying that you don't have that. Oh, you just want to see the outside. Okay, it is actually completely dark. I lost track of time. What, the stream's been going on for how long? I don't even know how long this stream has gone on for. How long I've ranted about this. What? Can't be 20 seconds ago. You gotta be kidding me. Oh no, it's been like 20 minutes. A good 30 minutes, I think, on the stream. But honestly, yeah, it's a lot of work trying to get this done, because I gotta work over the summer to get it all. The thing of it is, though, is also, honestly, the 5070, I don't mind. I don't mind the 5070. It is probably the best price card, but still, a 192-bit bus in 2025 on a 70 class card is kind of sad. Like what? What did the 4070 have? I thought it had a larger bus than that. I know the 3070 did. 3070, yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, the 4070 Super, which is the closest comparison to the 5070 that we have, with 12 gigs VRAM and all that good stuff, does still have a 192-bit bus. But I severely miss the days when Nvidia did those like 256-bit bus 3070s. Those were the days where Nvidia was still really, really good. But honestly, the 5070 here in the US, if you actually look for it, on Amazon, it's, again, $60 over MSRP. The 5070, like the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 5070 WindForce, it's overclocked, like factory overclocked. It's a small form factor card as well. Pretty small form factor. It's only like 282 millimeters, which is bigger than my current card. But I think it'll be big enough to where it looks good in the Montech XR. But not too small to like look really out of place. Like my current GPU I think would look good in a Montech XR as well, but it's a 6600. So it just wouldn't fit a $80 case with shipping included. The fish tank needs a bigger GPU. I think this generally fits that, I think. But, you know, the 5070, I'm going to be basically relying on DLSS upscaling. Generally just to carry the GPU. Because 12 gigabytes on ultra wide is going to be suffering. but honestly, main reason why I'm going AMD is just because they're better for gaming and also the upgrade path. And I mean, you can't go wrong with having an extra terabyte of storage when you're upgrading. But yeah, I think that's all.